Hi, my name is seancowgill, and thanks for watching this video. Today's video is going to be about hustles in prison, specifically Club Fed hustles. I did a 52-month sentence at a federal prison camp in Florence, Colorado. I got out last year. I'm still on federal probation. I got about 2 more years left of that, and I'm making videos to let the white-collar guys, the non-violent criminals, even the drug dealers, all the guys that are out on pretrial, awaiting sentencing, you got indicted, there's a good chance you're going to go to federal prison. So now you're watching videos. What's it all about? Will you get through it? Will you survive? Yes, you will survive a low. You will survive a camp. You don't have to change. You don't have to join a gang. You don't have to be nobody's bitch. You can just basically be yourself. Unless you're an asshole, you're gonna have a problem in life wherever you go. But yeah, Club Fed is real for me. Some of these other guys that come from these penitentiaries and stuff, they hate us campers. They hate hearing stories. You know what? In some ways, it was a country club to me. Because I've had times in my life when I'm homeless. I did a white-collar crime. I did wire fraud. I did false tax returns for a whole bunch of homeless people and drug addicts. And I took a little cut out of their refunds. And the government didn't like it. And they gave me 52 months. So that's my story. So I was holding up a packet of tuna in Club Fed in a federal prison camp, at least the one in Florence. This is our money. This is our money. By the way, if you can hit subscribe for me, hit the like button, hit that subscribe bell. Check out my other videos like the first day I went to prison, what it's like. I'm making these videos to let you know you're going to get by. You're going to get through this. You're going to have a life after prison, and you're actually going to have a life while you're in prison. And it's not a bad one. Like I said before. No tattoos on me. I didn't join a gang. There's no politics. Let me show you another quick picture here. I just want to let you know, in a federal prison camp, here's me with a bunch of guys that I used to meet, and if you can see, they're all different colors. We can all hang out together. You can, black and whites and Mexicans and the others, and they all have their own TV rooms, and they have their tables where they sit at the chow hall. But if you want to go eat dinner one night with your black buddies, nobody will beat you up. Nobody's going to give you a bad time about it. Somebody might give you a bad time about it, but you can do that, okay? If you want to know what your average Joe looks like in a Club Fed prison, here's a group of guys. This is from my 7 Habits on the Inside class. You know that book, 7 Habits of Highly Efficient People? Well, they wrote one for prisoners. And the Covey Institute comes out and they do these. It's another program there you get. And now with the Step 1 Act, and you take programs like that, you can trade that in for credits, and those credits can be traded in for halfway house time or home confinement time, and you can get out early. Watch for some of my other videos about how to get out early. Today, though, I got 12 hustles you could do while you're at Club Fed, at least at a camp. Now, these are the hustles that don't involve outside contraband. I'm going to do another video about all that, because you can get cigarettes and alcohol, Jack Daniels. Hell, they got women sometimes that come in these camps. That's another video. Those are outside contraband. Cell phones are big in the camp. There was about 500 guys in my camp in Florence, and I'm going to say at least 100 people had cell phones. They go for about $300 each. But that's another video. You can get anything in a camp if you got the money. And some of the stuff's not that expensive. A pack of cigarettes in a camp goes for about $40 for a pack of Marlboro. Real cigarettes. They sell them everywhere. They're about $3 if you buy a single. So I've seen them go up to $80 a pack. I've seen them as low as $20 a pack. Unheard of in a penitentiary. I think in a penitentiary it's $20 for a real Marlboro, and then they'll break that down to 4 cigarettes. You can't even get a Marlboro cigarette in a penitentiary. In a camp, they hate us. But here's 12 hustles you can do. Let's say you go to camp, you don't have money on your books, you don't have family or friends sending you money, and the jobs that they do give you out there pay 12 cents an hour. Sometimes you can get a job for $80 a month. Sometimes you might get a job for $30 a month to 12 cents. I've seen some jobs for $6 a month. It's not a lot of money to live on. So here's 12 hustles that I noticed you can do without having to get outside contraband. And these are hustles that if you get caught doing, the guards really aren't going to do anything to you. I doubt you would go into the shoe for any of these hustles. Hustle number 1, cleaning the cubicles, cleaning cells. So in my prison camp, we didn't have cells, we didn't have a dormitory. We had cubicles, like office cubicles, and you slept in them. Like on Orange is the New Black, there's these cement walls that divide each cubicle. 2 men to a cubicle, you get a window, you get a pretty big size locker, and there's these guys that come around and they'll charge you $10 a month, usually. I think that's the going rate. And what they'll do, and it's usually the paisas, the Mexican guys, they pretty much got a hold on this, although I've seen other people do it too. So what they will come in is twice a week, they'll come in, they're going to sweep and mop your cell up, they're going to dust everything, you're going to wipe down your window, your locker. They're going to come with a big buffer machine, they're going to spray that and wax it and buffer the floor, and they're going to do that twice a week, and they'll charge you about $10 a month. And if these guys got 100 customers times 10, they're making, do the math. So it's a good little hustle. Hustle number 2, laundry service. So at the camp, there is a laundry facility. You can take your clothes up there. A couple times a week, you can bring your bag of clothes to the laundry, and it stays in this bag. It's like a fishnet bag. The clothes are kept in there. They're all thrown in with 20 other bags, spun around in big giant machines. Then they're put in the dryer. Then you go pick them up at the end of the day. And they're wrinkled, and don't use the best laundry. But in the buildings that we live in, they have laundry machines. They're free. You don't have to put a quarter in. They don't have quarters in prison. You can buy the laundry detergent on commissary. So we had 4 washing machines and 4 dryers. And the hustle that these guys do is they do laundry service. These guys will come to your cell, your cubicle. They will pick up your bag of dirty laundry. They will wash it. They will dry it. They will iron it. They will fold it. And they will bring it back to you for a price. I think it was $5 a week. My cellie was getting that done. I think he paid $5 a week, and they did his laundry twice a week, and they paid for the detergent and everything. So he's paying $20 a month. Good little hustle. The problem is when regular inmates want to use those washing machines, they're always taken. Normally the guys would keep 1 free washing machine for the rest of the inmates, but the other 3, forget about it. I mean, there are certain times at night you can go do your laundry when nobody's there, but that's a good hustle. Hustle number 3, cooking meals. If you're a cook, there's all kinds of food you can order off commissary. A lot of food gets stolen from kitchen workers, and cheese and onions and peppers and meat and stuff like that. But even the commissary, you can buy tortillas, you can buy tuna in a bag, you can buy carnitas in the bag, you can buy salmon in a bag, you can buy chicken in a bag, you buy ground beef in a bag, all kinds of mackerel, oysters. You can buy pasta, you can buy sauces and all kinds of seasonings and herbs, and you'd be surprised what the commissary sells. So if you're a cook, guys on your range or your buddies will all give you the items. They will all pitch in and give you, a packet of meat, a packet of carnitas, tortillas, cheese. They will give you all these ingredients, and now you have to cook for 10 people. And so you'll be over, we all have microwaves, so you'll see these guys at the microwave with 10 bowls lined up, and they're chopping and cutting, and they're doing all this cooking, and they're making burritos, or they're making a pasta, and some of the stuff is really, really good. And so you being the cook, you get to eat for free. Sometimes the guys will even give you a little extra. So that's another hustle. Hustle number 4 is the dessert makers. So cheesecakes are really big in camps, and I've heard other camps have them. So these guys buy the items off the commissary. The cheesecakes are mainly made of non-dairy creamer, sugar. They use maybe Oreo cookie crumbs for the crust. I've seen them use Butterfinger crushed up. And so they'll buy all the ingredients and they make this cheesecake. And then they sell the slices of cheesecake, usually about $3. Usually 2 tunas will get you a slice of cheesecake. And I've seen guys make regular cakes and chocolate cakes and make candies and cookies, all kinds of stuff. Hustle number 4, haircuts. So even though we have a barber at the camp, and those guys charge anywhere from 2 tunas to 10 tunas for a haircut, there's inmates that come and go from all the other prison camps and stuff. So these little cordless shavers, you know, that you've seen, these trimmers and all that, other camps, we didn't sell it at our commissary, but other camps do, and guys would come in, and it's still legal to have that. And there's power outlets in the bathroom. So these guys would have their trimmers, and they would set up a barber shop. They would charge maybe 10 tunas, maybe 15 tunas, but at nighttime is usually when they did it after dinner, and there'd be people hanging out in the bathroom all night long getting their hair cut. And we had 8 bathrooms in my building, and all 8 bathrooms I've seen at one time, you'd have a barber in each one cutting hair, and that's a big hustle. Again, if the guards come, it's not a contraband. You can have those trimmers. They don't know that you're being charged. The guards know you're making some money off it, but there's no way to prove it. Another hustle is selling sodas. So they sell 12 packs of Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all that at the commissary. All right, and I think it's about $5 for a 12 pack. So there was a soda man in every building, sometimes 2 or 3. And we had an ice machine. These guys would get buckets full of ice, and they would buy the sodas, and they would keep them in ice, and 1 tuna would get you an ice cold Coca-Cola. If you buy it 12 pack for $5, it comes out to maybe 50 cents a can, but when you're buying it cold as a single, the guy's making $1 off every soda. But it's a hassle, because every time he runs out of sodas, he's got this money, he's got all these tunas. Now he's got to find a guy that's going to go. You can only get 2 12 packs a week per commissary order. So you'll see when you get your commissary, the soda guy sitting there, and he's just running these. He's got guys buying 2 12 packs, and he's running them back and forth to the building because he's paid those guys to buy the soda for him. So he's got to do this every day, and then he's constantly fighting over the ice machine to keep his bucket full of ice. But it's a nice little hustle. If he sells 20 sodas a day, that's $20 a day. You know, times 30 days in a month, he's not doing too bad. It's a good little hustle. Next hustle, believe it or not, guys make ice cream and they make yogurt in a prison camp. I watched the ice cream guy. So he takes peanut butter jars, he cleans them out. He's got a bucket full of ice. He's got a smaller bucket that fits inside. So he gets the milk from the cafeteria. My next hustle is selling your little milk. But this guy would pour his milk. He'd get rock salt from, we have a snow crew that would put rock salt all over the compound when it snows. So he would get rock salt from that guy. He'd fill it up, have his ice cream machine, and he'd sit there and stir it all night long, and he'd sell enough, and he'd make, I think he got 30 jars of peanut butter for every, peanut butter jars of ice cream for every batch. He charged 4 tunas, which is $1.50 a tuna, so he's getting $6 in ice cream for a peanut butter jar full of ice cream. Really good stuff. And another guy made yogurt, and I don't know, I didn't want to know how he did it. It looked nasty as fuck, but people bought it. I don't know. The hustle number 8, selling milk that you steal from the chow hall. Now, there's a lot of hustles, people, all the jobs. I got a video about the jobs that you do in prison, and every job has a hustle, and it usually involves stealing. But when you go to chow hall in the morning, you get 2 milks for breakfast. A lot of guys leave milks on the table when they leave. So these guys in the morning will go around collecting all the milks that people left and stuff them down their shirt or their jacket. They walk out and they bring them back and they sell them. And for every 2 milks, they get 1 tuna. So it's 75 cents a milk. And these guys, I don't know, 20, 30 milks a day they'll steal. And they're getting 75 cents, you know, a milk. So do the math. A good little hustle. All right, hustle number 9. This is a hustle I like. I did this for a while for a guy that left. I took over his job. It's the mailman job, picking up mail. So every night around 6 o'clock, they do mail call. And we got 500 inmates, and we all got to meet in the day room. And the guard will come out with his 2 bags, duffel bags full of mail, 1 for each building. So I was in teller building, and 20, 30 guys would be gathered around waiting to hear your name called. Well, the guard usually lets the inmates pass out the mail, and the guard just leave. And they will give you somebody else's mail. If Joe Smith tells me to go get his mail, I get it for him. So I would have a list of about 20 guys that I'm going to get their mail for. I got to go up there anyways. So out of the 20 guys, I'll get their mail, and I'll have a stack of mail. Then I go deliver the mail to each cubicle. And for that, I charge $5 a month. Not too bad. $5 a month. Had 20 guys. You know, it's $100 a month. Easy hustle. I'm going to go check the mail anyways. Hustle number 10. Watching the doors for the guards. So I told you there's about 100 cell phones at this Florence camp. Plus there's smoking bathrooms. So you got poker tables going on. People smoking cigarettes, playing poker, and talking on their cell phones. After 4 o'clock, there's 2 guards that watch the camp. Sometimes there's only 1. And they're way up at the bubble at the main office. And if you have, we had 3 different entrances in our building. The other building had 3 entrances. And the only way they can get in is through those 3 doors. So if you got a guy planted on each door, and you got a guy on the inside, and everybody watches that bubble for the guard to come out, and then there's sneaky ones try to walk around this one building and come through out by where the tennis courts are. You got another guy watching that, so you got 4 guys. Sometimes 3 guys could cover it. And you pay them a service. And if the guard comes out of the building, one of the guys goes through the door and says, "Microwave!" which means the guards are coming. And everybody puts up the poker tables, they put out the cigarettes, and they put away their cell phones. And they pay $10 a month. The guys, to a guy who runs all this, so this is his service that he provides, their security service. So the guys who are watching the doors, and I've done it a few times too, so I would get paid in cigarettes. I would get 2 Marlboro cigarettes for a 4-hour shift for watching the doors. So if I needed a cigarette and I got 4 hours to kill, I would watch the door. Hustle number 11 is typing letters and legal work. So we got a lot of lawyers in a Club Fed camp, and a lot of guys have cases they're trying to fight, and the lawyers will do all that. Other people want letters typed up. Other people will just dictate. They want to write a letter home, but they're not good at writing, and a person will sit there and dictate it onto a typewriter. Also, we have an email service, and some guys are real slow and don't know how to do the email. So a guy will write down what they want to say. He'll go on the email, and he'll type it out for them. They also charge 10 cents a minute for the email. That's 10 cents a minute to type your words. And if you're a real slow typer, it could cost you a good $5, $10 letter. So if you hire a guy, and they don't charge much. They usually charge a tuna to do, 20 minutes on the email for you. Hustle number 12 is the lotto and the football pools. Now this is different from the gambling tickets and the football tickets. That's in the other video, because people just do little lottos out of the newspaper and everybody pays a tuna. And if you win, you get the pile. The guy takes his cut out. I think he takes half of them and you get the other half that's left. And they do your football pools like you do in a bar where you buy the little square. Everybody puts in a tuna. And there's 4 squares. And, so you might win 10 tunas back. It's not a big thing, but it's something to do. And the guy who runs those makes his cut. And those are my 12 hustles that don't involve getting thrown in the shoe if you get caught, and they don't involve getting contraband from the outside. Please subscribe, hit like, and watch for the next video about hustles that do involve contraband. You won't believe the shit we have at Club Fed. Thank you.